Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. Here's Bloomberg's Lisa Mateo.
All right, so I want to start with Target, ticker TGT. It's really been struggling, right? Weak sales, loss of market share to companies like Walmart, Amazon. It did reaffirm its sales forecast for the full year, but it was kind of overshadowed by the big news where it named its chief operating officer its CEO, and that's Michael Fiddelke. He actually started as an intern in Target in 2003, which I think is great. But he will be in the position in February. He's going to join Target's board, too. Its current CEO is going to focus on his role as executive chair. But the shares have been taking a hit, down as much as 11% before the bell. So it looks like Wall Street was really hoping that an outsider would take over the leadership instead of someone from inside. But he has a big job ahead of him. You know, he's going to focus on merchandise style, design, improving the shopper experience too. So he does have a lot of challenges ahead.
I skimmed Joe Feldman with Dana Telsey on Target. He doesn't go to a buy. He has a neutral on it. You know, just sort of wishy-washy neutral. Next, what do you got? It does.
Okay, so the next is Hertz, ticker HTZ. Its shares have been up as much as 18%. They've now kind of tapered off a bit. The big news is that Hertz Car Sales has joined Amazon Autos, so it makes it the platform's first fleet dealer. So if you're wondering how it works, here it is. Okay, so you browse Hertz Car Sales listings on Amazon Autos. You finish your purchase online, and then you pick up your car at the Hertz Car Sales location. So that's exactly how it works.
I didn't know that was a thing.
This is like maybe starting a trend. So it's going to roll out in Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, Seattle today. And they want to expand to Hertz Car Sales, like 45 locations.
Okay, my answer is I'm going to take an Uber whenever I can. Paul, you're a diehard Hertz user.
I'm a Gold Club.
It's sort of like level revenue. Maybe revenue's off a little bit. They're making, there's a lot of negative signs actually.
Yeah, I know.
But, the stock's 25 to 5.
Yep.
Who's renting cars now? We're taking Ubers.
I know. That's
I fly out to L.A. and I'm like, I'll take an Uber.
And what would you buy a car from a rent-a-car place? People don't really take care of those cars when they rent them. Maybe you just kind of drive them to the ground.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. But at some point, they got to. I don't know when they sell them. When they hit 100,000 miles, or I don't know how.
But it's really affecting like CarMax and Carvana. Their shares have been down like 4%, so it's affecting them negatively.
One more stock.
All right, so Lazy Boy down as much as 24%, weaker than expected first quarter. Yeah, my grandfather loved the recliners.
Sure, who doesn't?
But analysts, not so much. You have KeyBanc Capital Markets says Lazy Boy reported disappointing first quarter earnings, fell short of the July pre-announcement, lower than expected EPS due to that lower than expected operating margin. So in a nutshell, basically higher expenses are weighing on their earnings. So their shares are down as much as 24%. So they're taking a hit. Okay. And I'm going to squeeze one in. James Hardie. It has the worst day in more than 50 years. They do the siding on the houses, right?
What?
So it's an Australia-listed firm, but they get 70% of their revenue from North America. Yeah. So their shares have been down 26%. JHX is their ticker. So they just say economic uncertainty, homeowners putting off large ticket remodeling. So it says the U.S. housing market sent its stock down to that worst day in 50 years. But you've kind of seen some signs there, like real estate market recording its slowest spring selling season more than a dozen years. So,
wow, it's
Toll Brothers too. Yeah, Toll Brothers too reported a miss on quarterly orders. So that didn't help.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.